guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today's video is a Q&A. I realized that I haven't done a Q&A for like probably well over a year. So I posted on my Instagram. Oh my god, I'm turning. The chair is turning. I posted on my Instagram for you guys to send me your questions, and in about a 2-hour window, I think I got some good questions. I wrote them down in my notebook so I could just easily go at them. How much cardio do you do? I actually just got a cardio decrease from my coach. So right now I am currently doing 4 sessions a week of 25 minutes, and I usually do that on the Stairmaster. I started doing the Stairmaster because I really like, I put all the weight in my heels and I kind of like hinge my hips back a little bit, so it's like a continuous burn in my butt the entire time. So 4 times 25 minutes a week. Do you take any kind of supplements? Come to think of it, I really don't supplement that much. I do take protein powder if I'm like really low on protein, but honestly my stomach is very sensitive to protein powder, so if I have it just as a shake, I will be bloated, I will just be destroyed from the inside out. So protein powder is only occasionally. I'll do BCAAs if I have them. When I was prepping for my shows, I used L-carnitine. I'm very sensitive to caffeine, so I will only take it if I'm like really tired. And I did take the EC stack during my prep for the Van Pro show. So the EC stack is ephedrine and caffeine. So ephedrine is a nasal decongestant, and just a caffeine pill is like 200 milligrams of caffeine. When those are paired together, it acts as a thermogenic, so it increases your internal temperature. Basically, you will be very sweaty when you take it, but it can have side effects, like it can make you feel anxious, it can totally disrupt your sleep pattern, which is exactly what happened to me. So I took it for like a week, and then my sleep was just destroyed. So I was sleeping like 4 hours a night. I couldn't fall asleep, so I was like, great, that's it. I'm not taking that anymore because it just messes with me, just because it's such a powerful stimulant. So I just decided that like pre-workout, caffeine, and then EC, not for me. So basically I only take protein sometimes and BCAAs. Where am I from? I am from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Why did you quit powerlifting? That's a really good question. So some of you may know I used to powerlift, and I used to actually compete in powerlifting competitions. I set all records for the province at my age, so yay me. But powerlifting is that kind of sport where you can seriously injure yourself if you don't take all the precautions. And one day I was squatting 245 pounds for reps, and I did not have a belt on. I personally don't like lifting with belts because I feel like I start focusing on flexing against the belt instead of actually using my core to help me in the lift. So I wasn't using my belt and squatting that amount of weight, and sometimes in powerlifting you will sacrifice your form in order to complete the lift, and I started to do that, and then I almost herniated a disc in my back, and I was quite like in tender pain for about 3 months. I had to go see a chiropractor and like work on my back, and then they were like, okay, you need to chill out on the back movements. So that was kind of when I transitioned into bodybuilding, because I started doing more hypertrophy moves and basically cut out the heavy lifting, and that's just kind of where it started. I do sometimes still feel that back injury flaring up. Like I tried doing heavy rack pulls, and I think I pulled 295 on rack pulls, and my back was totally messed up for like 2 weeks, and it's still a little bit tender now. So yeah, that's why I quit powerlifting, because I could have seriously injured myself if I continued on with it. And bodybuilding, it's a little bit more safe on the body. What are your PRs for the 3 compound movements? So this kind of relates to the previous question, powerlifting. So the 3 compound movements are bench, squat, and deadlift. And I remember my bench was always my weakest. So bench, my PR is 135 pounds. My squat PR, I don't think I ever got a squat PR because I was doing 245 pounds. That was the heaviest I ever went, but I was doing it for reps. So I don't know exactly what my squat PR is. Probably like 265, I'm gonna like guess. And then my deadlift PR was 315 pounds, and I'm very proud of that because, you know, that's quite a big number for such a little girl, so yay. I was kind of anticipating this question when I posted that I was going to have a Q&A. Are you single and looking, or are you good on your own? So as some of you know, if you've watched my previous videos and seen like the little hints in my Instagram posts, yes, I am single. To answer this question, no, I am not looking. I want to really focus on being content on my own, because I mean, a 5-year relationship is a very, very long time to be with somebody, and I never really had the chance to be by myself. Like, I feel like everybody has to go through the infamous teenage breakup, and now this is me going through it. It's like a rite of passage or something. I feel like everybody's had their heart broken at some point in their life. You know, it's not a good feeling for anyone, but to answer this question, no, I'm not looking. I need that time to grieve the relationship. I need the time to get over it. I need the time to heal, become complete by myself before I try and complement the life of somebody else, because I feel like I just owe that other person that respect. Not just be with them because I don't want to face the pain of dealing with the loss of my last relationship, if that makes sense to you guys. What do you like to do in your free time? So I really like to play video games. I love Halo, as you guys know. And I recently found my Nintendo 64. So this is basically what I've been doing in my free time. Playing Super Smash Bros, playing Mario Kart, playing Pokemon Stadium. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon on Netflix. Pokemon Indigo League, oh my god. I'm obsessed with Pokemon all of a sudden. And my free time, what do I do? Besides working out, what do I do? I like editing videos. I want to say that I walk my dog often, but I'm not gonna lie, I really don't. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to that. I hang out with Josh a lot. We basically play Mario Kart and eat Jell-O and go to Walmart. Well, I know what I do in my free time. So I like to go to this supplement store that I used to work at, Fuel, and I like to hang out and I like to chat and just chill and hang out and just be around people that share the same interests as me. And yeah, I also like going to Starbucks, but that adds up real fast. What is your favorite cake? My favorite cake in the entire world is tiramisu cake. I love tiramisu cake. If you don't know what tiramisu cake is, Google it, or I can try and put it in a nutshell. Basically, lady fingers dipped in espresso, put in a layer, and then you put mascarpone cheese on top, and then you have like cinnamon, and then you do another layer, and then you pour coffee alcohol on it, and it's so good. And it's Italian, so obviously it's good. What is your favorite type of cardio? Stairmaster. I love that thing. I have a love-hate relationship with it. So it gets me really, really, really sweaty. And that's what I want. So essentially when I go on the Stairmaster versus going on the elliptical, I will burn more on the Stairmaster because my body is, you know, being asked of more. So I will get more sweaty, my heart rate will go up. If I am sore or if I'm experiencing delayed onset muscle soreness in my legs, I will go for the elliptical. I used the elliptical all of my first preps, so I basically became BFFs with the elliptical. It's easy, however, you can kind of cheat on the elliptical. You can use momentum to like do the thing. I like the Stairmaster because it literally forces you to put your entire body to work. You can't cheat the Stairmaster if you don't hold on. So the way I do it is I either have my hands in my pockets if I'm wearing a hoodie, or I put my hands behind my back and I kind of like hold it like I'm being handcuffed or something, and I don't touch the rails, because the minute you touch the rails, your upper body is taking away from the work that your lower body is supposed to be doing on the Stairmaster. And I see it all the time. I see people hanging on, like lifting themselves up on the Stairmaster, and I'm like, oh my god, you are defeating the purpose of the Stairmaster. So, Stairmaster is my favorite. When did you realize that bodybuilding was going to be a passion of yours? My history, I have a history of severe anxiety, depression, you know, just mental health battles, and it was really, really bad before I started my previous prep for my competitions. And that was, say, in November of 2017. That was kind of when it was really bad. And I started prep, things were going along, and then as prep went along, I started to realize that I was having less intrusive thoughts, I had less anxiety, I felt more confident in my decisions. Like I got a job at a retirement home, and then halfway through prep I was like, you know what, this does not make me happy. So then I quit, like did not think twice about it. I quit, I was confident in that decision. And I just became this like warrior or something. Like I still can't believe that I did what I did and I made it through the things that I made it through. And I was able to do something that I was so afraid of doing for such a long time. And it was because of this prep and competing that I kind of found my purpose. So it was in the middle of that prep, like stepping on stage, getting off stage, and then going for another show. That's when I really became this like strong person who was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna sign that contract. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Yes, I'm gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna tolerate that anymore. So to answer that question, my last prep was when I realized that bodybuilding was going to be a passion of mine. So I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna wrap it up with one more question. What's the secret behind those biceps? Oh my god, you guys don't even know how many times I get asked to flex my biceps, how big they are, arm wrestle someone, like, oh my god, you guys. Okay, first off, here you go, everybody who's asking, I'm flexing them, cool, done, over with. Secret to my biceps, they were the first thing that I ever started growing when I first got into bodybuilding. I was 13 years old and I had a set of dumbbells. They were 12 pounds and this was before I got a gym membership, so I'd work out at home. The only thing I knew how to do was bicep curls. So my workout would literally be like 8 sets of 30 reps of just bicep curls, and I kind of had like a fair understanding of the bicep, so I would do the regular curls, and then I would do the hammer curls, and I would hold it in a position while curling this arm, and then I would switch positions, and I basically just obliterated my biceps for like, I say I did that for like 9 months before I finally got a gym membership and finally started to like implement some compound movements into my training instead of just doing curls. But I feel like that really set a solid foundation for my arms, because I don't really train biceps anymore. They are not in my training program. Yet they won't go away. They're set in stone, kind of. I don't know. And no, I don't know how big they are. I don't measure them. I don't measure anything on my body anymore. But yeah, I basically trained biceps and biceps only for 9 months when I first started to get into bodybuilding. So that is how they came to be, I'm guessing. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And also, side note, my coach is allowing me to have training days with Josh because I'm supposed to start my bikini program, but then she was like, you can do some basic bodybuilding with the boys if you want. And I was like, oh my God, yes, thank you, Jesus. So you can expect a lot more training videos from Josh and I with voiceovers and heavy lifting and a lot of sarcastic comments. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I hope you have a fantastic day.